Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to Zanash TV. For those who are new here, you are most welcome. We are happy to have you on board. For those who are returning subscribers, thank you. I love you so much, guys. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for staying loyal to this channel. Today, we have been so blessed to have two beautiful ladies who have come to share a message with us. These ladies have had lived experiences. When I say lived experiences, they have been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. And now they're here to share what their experience was and how they managed to cope with it and how they reversed it and how they basically live on a day-to-day basis since. So, obviously they will introduce the topic, but just to give you, a heads up, it's about gestational diabetes. And these ladies have lived the experience, as I've mentioned. Basically, that gestational diabetes, sorry if I pronounce the word wrong. English is not my first language, but it's all about the type of diabetes that women tend to get when they are pregnant. So these ladies will come and share their lived experiences and what they have done to reverse it and what they're doing to cope with the whole situation. So without further ado, I will let Lucy introduce the other two ladies. And I am so happy to have you on board, guys. Thank you so much for coming and accept to be hosted on Zanash TV. I am so blessed. I couldn't join you in the forest to do the work, but I'm so glad that even the children joined in. The children were with you guys, and it's good to involve our children as well from the young age. When you're doing exercise, when you're eating healthy, include them so that they can grow up with that upbringing. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk too much. Let me allow Lucy to introduce the ladies, and then I hope you enjoy the topic and the discussion of the day. Thank you and stay tuned.
Hello, hi everybody. Today I'm joined by my friends
Shakila
and
Regina.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us for our walk today. We've done quite well. We are still halfway there, so we are just outside here, and today we'll be talking about gestational diabetes. And first and foremost, to any of you, what is gestational diabetes?
So to me, gestational diabetes is when you're discovered to have diabetes when you're pregnant. They do a week. They do 24 weeks or 25 weeks depending on your trust. They check your blood sugar, and if it's over a certain amount, then you're said to have gestational diabetes.
Okay, do you have any symptoms for gestational diabetes?
For me, from my experience with it, I didn't have any pinpointing symptoms with it, but when I went for the checkup is when I was told I have it, but probably there were some things that they were not adding up, like my weight. I had sudden weight gain. My baby was my belly was 10 times. I was like a truck, I was so big, it was unbelievable. That's one of the reasons why when I was 25 weeks, everything was normal, but by the 7 weeks, I was so big, and that raised a concern with my midwife. So I was sent back to the hospital for my check to be redone. After that, they confirmed it. Yeah.
Okay. So there are some things that make you more likely to have gestational diabetes. So if you're an older mom, so if you're over 35, if you're overweight yourself, sometimes that can trigger it. If you have other health conditions like hypertension, that puts you at risk of preeclampsia as well. So I had to make lots of lifestyle changes to make sure that I was doing the best that I could. So I was making sure I was doing a bit of exercise every day or as much as I could. My diet, I made sure I was balancing my diet with making sure I'm having enough carbs but enough protein as well, drinking lots of water. and just, you know, I made sure that I was staying active, which helps to burn off any excess sugar that you might be carrying.
For me, I was unfortunate enough. Probably I didn't do all those things. When you're pregnant, you're like, oh, I can eat whatever, you know, whatever.
You eat for two.
Oh, for two. I'm eating for two. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. You know, when I was confirmed to have gestational diabetes, I had to go to be referred to a dietitian. So you're taught like this. You sit down in a room with this person telling you how to portion size your meal, and most they insist you know, handful of carbs, and I didn't know lentils, they are carbs, beans, they're full of carbs, and fruits as well, they contribute to your, you know, to your blood sugars rising. So what the things they said most is more protein and more vegetables, you know.
Yeah.
That was my advice. Taking a lot of water, exercising. This woman was even insisting, if you move a house, you'll be burning this and now. You walk up and up down the stairs, and like, how many times you can burn this amount of calories? It's not necessarily like going to the gym or anything,
Yeah.
but daily activity, getting up and walking about, it helped. Anyway, I was lucky enough when I gave birth, everything was back to normal, and fingers crossed, it stays normal, because I have my family have history of diabetes, and that's one thing I don't want to do, but it was pain in the backside to be, you know, taking a BMs every now and then. Yeah.
So what was when you went to have your gestational diabetes checked, what happened in that day, consultation day?
So for me, consultation day involved being nil by mouth, so not consuming any food from midnight. My appointment was at 11 o'clock, so I was absolutely starving at 25 weeks, when I'm used to waking up and having some breakfast. By then I'd have had a snack. So if you're pregnant, make sure, if you're going for that test, make sure you carry lots of food, because afterwards you'll want to consume the whole world. So for me, I went in, they did my normal scan, and then they did a blood test. Test results came back a week later, and I was within the normal range, so nothing further was required.
Okay, and for you?
For me, it's the same process, you know, it's the same process. But for me, you know, my appointment was 8 in the morning, so at least it was a bit better. So the first thing they did, they took my blood, then I was given this sugary drink, and then I had to wait. You know, you have to sit down somewhere and wait for an hour. Imagine now 1 hour, it seems like 20 hours sitting waiting for the, you know, and then after an hour they repeat the blood test, and that's when they said, you know, because what happens, they want to see how your body is absorbing that amount of sugar within an hour. For a normal person with your insulin, when your insulin, your body is producing enough insulin, your body is able to process that sugar quickly. But for mine, it was still in the bloodstream by the time 1 hour. So yeah.
So maybe if I can also ask you, when you had the gestational diabetes now, tell us how your day-to-day life was like. You're pregnant and you have diabetes, so what did you have to do every day?
First of all, it's how to manage it, because that's a condition now. You have, you know, you are at higher risk of, you know, your body, your baby is at higher risk. You're also becoming a higher risk when you're giving birth. So ideally, they give you, you know, you're on a different pathway with from a normal person's pregnancy. So they put you on a diabetic pathway, whereby you're given your testing kits and all. You're taught how to do all this stuff. For me, most painful thing is waking up in the morning before you even have a cup of tea, checking your blood your BM. Then you have to personalize your breakfast. Then after breakfast, an hour later, you have to prick your fingers. That was most thing. I said to my God, if I finish this thing, I'll make sure I don't get it, because it's not easy to be, you know, you're constantly in your back of your mind, am I eating the right thing? Am I consuming more sugar? And when you take your BMs and find yourself is raised, that oh, God, What did I eat? What did I eat? What happened there? I know I was careful,
Yeah.
and it takes over your life because you're constantly, looking out for, for the sign. And then for me, then when you are, you confirm to have that at 40 weeks, that's the maximum you can go. So for me, at 40 weeks, I was induced. Oh my God, it is something else. It's a story for another time.
So you tell us what were your thoughts, what was your emotional well-being when you thought you could have gestational diabetes?
So for me, because I was being extra careful, I was making sure I'm trying to eat the right things, I'm balancing everything, I'm making sure I'm exercising, and I was hoping and praying, and I was making sure I was eating the right portions as well, trying not to eat for two all the time, and my attraction to sugary things, I was trying to combat that as well. So I was doing all these things and then hoping and praying that my results were going to be normal, because I'd seen how much it takes over your life when you get gestational diabetes. You lose all your freedom to eat what you want, what you're craving. You have to weigh everything. You have to keep measuring your blood sugar levels. So I was apprehensive, and it was a big sigh of relief when I was found to be, absolutely fine with it.
Yeah, that's okay. Anything else you want to say about that?
So
when
just good luck if you're pregnant. Keep fighting the good fight, and good luck to you.
same.
And you don't have to eat for two.
No, sometimes remember the baby is about that small.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching this. And it is my honor to just say we have two here babies. You can hear some babies there. So everything went well.
Oh, yeah.
We have two babies here. Thanks to mummies here.
Yeah.
So thank you. Until next time. See ya.